Today, I've got a end table here that my daughter bought. Got it cheap, but it has no drawers. So, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna build some drawers. Stick with me and I'll show you how we do it. All right, we're gonna do an end table. Where did you find these at?
Habitat for Humanity.
What did you get for it?
$5.
$5. Well, it's well worth that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got drawers missing.
Yeah, we gotta make drawers.
We're gonna make drawers today.
Yeah.
We got these pieces of wood that the drawer's gonna set on. And we're gonna have to cut a dado in the drawer to slide in it, and that's gonna act as your drawer runner. That's the style we're gonna run, and then when we get it up here to it, then we're gonna put a face on it, and we can decorate the face, paint it, stain it, whatever you wanna do. For setting up a quarter method, you have a dado stack that would be half the distance of your material. It would come above the deck here, half the distance of your material, and from the inside of this gap right here, from your dado stack to the fence, is half the distance of your material. So therefore, quarter method is where a lot of people call this. But I'm using plywood. It's not quite a half inch, about a 32nd shy. So what you need to do is figure half the distance of your material. That's what your dado stack will cut. And it just so happened my dado stack is just the two cutter blades, the inside and out. There's no shims or anything. And it's super close to half of the half-inch sheet of plywood. So that gives me the thickness here, half the distance of my plywood, half the distance here, and then the distance from here to your fence is half the thickness of your plywood. So, let's see if we can't put this little fella together. Should fit together snug, but not overly tight. You didn't have to drive nothing together. Just slide right together. There we go. Look at there. Oh. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. 20 and a half. And 20 and a half. Well, all right, that should go together just fine. All right, it's time for the glue up. Yeah, you need to spread the glue and put it where you want it to go. You cannot count on it going there on its own. Yeah. All right. What in the world? This type of drawer, the clamp up is pretty simple. You gotta put a brain crushing pressure on it, but it takes enough pressure to, when you get squeeze out, that should be all you need to do. All the gaps are up. All the gaps are up. Squeeze out took place. That should be good enough. Well, that should do it then. When we get done, we'll come back and put the dado in it. Well, what I did, I forgot to do, then I forgot to turn the camera back on, is check for square with these here. I put it under these parallel. They was out of square here, and I put these and all these tighten them, they're perfectly square. These things, if you need to hold something straight, these things, for me, is doing a good job. But these right here, it was out over a 16th. I mean, enough to be a problem. But I don't know, I had a set of these, I pulled them out. they squared right up. Well, we've got the drawers out of the clamps. They're all glued up. So what we're gonna do now, and they're still square, by the way. What we're gonna do now, we need to cut a dado right in the center right here. And what it's gonna do, these pieces of wood here, that's your drawer runners. It needs to sandwich right across this, so as close as we can get that, the better the drawer's gonna operate. So I got a scrap piece of wood I'm gonna cut and get to my router table dialed in. So we'll, for these drawers, we'll just slide in and out here without any problem. This is actually a pretty good way of doing it. You get them dados down there right next to it, and the drawers don't want to tilt when they come out. It's actually a pretty good system. So this is what we're going to do now. So I've made my first pass. I've got it. It's a 1/2 inch dado. This is 5/8, so naturally it's not going to fit right now. But what we're going to do, we're going to move the fence out, and then you go to both sides, and that'll ensure this thing being in the center. Now once you go, you sneak up on your setting. Now once you get it like that, it'll slide right in there. We've got our pass. I believe we got it. That's pretty good. I got that on one time. So I think it's got every one of them. Yeah, so this is what we're looking for right here. Now we're gonna need to dial the depth in. Now that we got the fence where we need it, we're gonna dial our depth in. Let's see if we can get our depth dialed in. Depth dialed in. So what we're gonna do, that's a 64th of an inch. We'll just sneak up on it. All right, we've got the drawers with the dados. I had to work out a dado for this right here because he was 1/2 inches to a 1/4. So I had to make me a little room for there for the drawer stop. I'll put me a little screw right here when we're done. That'll stop it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on the drawer faces. And we'll dial them in, and when we get them to the right size, we'll fasten them to right here. Then we'll have a drawer pull. I got some stuff over here. I'll show it too when we get there. But we'll work on the drawer faces right now. Well, we got the drawer faces. Now that we got our drawers fitting in our carcass right here. We're gonna dial these in, sneak up on exactly what we're looking for. Shouldn't be no problem. And we're gonna fit the drawer's face, and that's gonna complete the look. Well, we got the height, now we need to get the width. I'm gonna take and square it, and then I got a stop block right here to give me something to start with. So here we go. I believe that's gonna work. Well, looks like we've got it. See how it's gonna fit. Looks like we're gonna be fine. At the other two as well. All we gotta do now is fasten them things to the drawers. And this will also act as a stop where it won't go too far back. See, these slides right here, it'll bump against this, and that's as far back as it'll go. So they'll look just like it right there. Yeah, so we'll get them mounted, and then what we'll do, we'll get our drawer pulled. I won't turn them on the lathe. I'll show that to you here. Okay, I've got the face in it, and I've got the spacing worked out. Everybody should get a deck of playing cards. I keep them around the shop for situations like this. That is 10/1000ths of an inch thick. So every time I've checked a playing card, it's been 10/1000. So to me, I've used that playing cards quite a bit. Well, here is the, after fitting the face, yeah, I think it's doing quite well. We just need to get the drawer pulls on it. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna get the drawer pulls. I've got this piece of wood here. It's box elder, spalting. Okay, we're gonna see if we can't make us some drawer pulls. Hey, I'm gonna try to round this off and see if I can't get it mounted in the chuck. Well, we're good. So you want it on the outside there. Drill a hole in that thing right there, we'll have it. Well, we got the drawer pulls turned and got a little finish on them. Drill them a little hole in the center of this thing. So if you remember, we drilled that very first hole when we get ready to mount these drawer faces. So that's the hole we used. I just run me a screw through it, and that's how we're gonna mount this thing. Okay. So I don't know what kind of finish she's going to use. I don't know if she's going to stain it, shellac. I don't know if she's going to paint it. I don't think she knows it right now, but we fixed it where it'll work. There's a couple things we need to look at. One is I'm gonna find me a little screw, just a small screw that when it slides out, it'll bump against this thing right here to keep it from coming. It's a drawer bump, what it is. And that'll keep them coming all the way out. And I got this piece of wood here that you'll slide in and it'll hold that down where you can get it out if you want to. The only other thing would be, always in the areas that slide against something else, Johnson paste wax. In the areas that, this cuts down on the friction, saves on wear, and the time you load that drawer up good and heavy with a bunch of stuff, this will cut down on the wear and make it last longer. So, it's a little old project here that actually a lot of fun to make. Let's see what that feels like. Oh yeah, that makes a world of difference doing it that way. That saves on the friction and saves wood, easier to slide. Just a little old trick there. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you don't care. Leave me a comment. And yeah, see you on the next one.